Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 14th, 2025. I hope everybody had a great Monday out there so far. Everybody has a great Monday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at Invest 93L, which is located off the east coast of Florida. You can see a lot of heavy convection across central and northern Florida as well, also in the portions of the southeast Georgia, southern South Carolina region. You can see some of that activity pushing towards the south in that region, but you can see the activity a little swirl right off the east coast of Florida. This looks to become Dexter as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, but right now you can see there's a lot of convection to the south of the center and also over portions of land over Florida and all the way up into the South Carolina low country as well. Let's take a look at some of the computer model runs. As soon as we can get to it here. Okay, should be coming up here in a minute. Here we go. We do not have the forecast from the Hurricane Center yet. Well, let's take a look at the GFS ensembles here. You can see here's the center of rotation of the storm. You can see, according to this model, it takes most of the activity across North Florida and into southern Georgia, where some of the model takes it over central Florida and then over towards the southern Alabama and southern Mississippi region, and also gets it into the Gulf of Mexico there as well. This is per the GFS ensemble, but you can see some of them wants to take it into southeast Georgia, across northern Florida, central Florida, and then a couple of them takes it into the Gulf, and a few takes it over into, like I said, southern Alabama and Mississippi. Now let's take a look at the GEPS ensembles. This should be more the European models here, and you can see it takes it across. Here's the current position, takes it across northern Florida, right through the Panhandle of Florida, make landfall over here in Mississippi, kind of meanders it around over here in portion of Alabama, Mississippi region, and then it kind of pushes it back to the east towards South Carolina. So there's a lot of computer model ramage here, so it kind of shows it going this way, shows it going that way. It's kind of all over the place, so we're just gonna have to continue to watch it and see what happens. Right now the storm is slowly getting its act together, so we'll continue to monitor it as we get closer to the event. Alright, currently right now it has about 20 knot winds, equal to about 25 miles per hour. You can see this intensity guidance of the system pretty much just keeps it a tropical wave through pretty much the entire life cycle, to about maybe about 108 hours out to 168 hours, where it takes it into a low-end tropical storm. But like I say, right now the models are still having a tough time on it. The latest National Hurricane Center percentages toward the end of the video was about 30 and 40%, so we'll show you that toward the end of the video. So but right now, here's the intensity guidance: 20 knot winds, pretty much most through at least about 108 hours out, maybe even 120 hours out. Just remains as a tropical wave, has a slim chance of becoming something tropical about 120 hours out to 168 hours out. So but we'll continue to monitor that and see what happens. But anyway, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue getting the show on the road here, folks. Alright, and you can see we got this is your Tuesday forecast. You can see we got thunderstorms and showers from portion of New Hampshire, Vermont, down to Pennsylvania, to the Carolinas, to Florida, Florida Keys, Atlantic coastal waters, also in the northern Gulf, ranging from Georgia to Texas, all the way to Missouri, to Wisconsin, also northern Michigan, up here around Lake Superior, to Minnesota, to Montana, to Idaho, part of Washington State, to Nevada, to Utah, to Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, northern Mexico, and also west central Texas. Alright, we got some critical fire weather. We're in portions of Nevada, Utah, and northwestern Arizona. Also, we got some heavy rain and flash flooding over southeastern Arizona, central Texas, central southern Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, all the way up into D.C., Delaware, and portion of West Virginia. Then again from Nebraska to South Dakota to Minnesota and northern Michigan region as well. Got some severe weather with portion of South Dakota to Nebraska. Then again from Minnesota over through northern Wisconsin and also into northern Michigan. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Tuesday. And can't forget about a little bit of shower activity along coastal areas of California for your Tuesday. Alright, here's your Wednesday forecast. You can see we got thunderstorms and showers from Maine over toward Ottawa and Toronto, Canada region. Also in the portion of Lake Superior, Lake Huron region, Michigan and northern Michigan region, the Wisconsin to Minnesota to the Dakotas, Montana, a little bit of shower activity along Washington, Oregon coast. Same along the California coast there as well. A little bit of thunderstorm and shower in Nevada, portion of Utah, eastern Utah to Colorado to Arizona to Mexico, northern Mexico, West Texas, Central Texas, Southeast Texas to Missouri, Illinois to the northern Gulf, also Louisiana to the Carolinas, Florida Keys, Atlantic coast waters all the way back into New York State. Alright, we've got some heavy rain, flash flooding over ports of Kansas and again over here around Pennsylvania. Alright, otherwise, expect that dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Wednesday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Okay, you can see we got a lot of air quality alerts up here in portions of northern portion of Vermont and much of New York State, much of Michigan, northern Michigan, portion of Wisconsin, some in portion of Illinois, Indiana, eastern Wisconsin, also in the portions of Colorado regions as well. We got heat advisories up here in portions of southeastern areas of New Hampshire, much of Massachusetts, also portions of Connecticut over toward Rhode Island. Then again, more heat advisories over here in portions of Washington, Oregon, Nevada, and also California region as well, and Idaho also. Wind advisories up here in portions of Montana, eastern Montana, western Montana, northern portion of Idaho, northeastern areas of Washington State. Got some red flag warnings there as well in Washington State and in the portion of Idaho and also portions of Utah as well. Got some sets of heat warnings over here in Nevada, southern California, northern California, southwestern areas of Oregon State. Got some heat advisories also down in portions of southern Mississippi, southeast Louisiana, the Florida Panhandle, the Big Bend area of Florida, southern Georgia, and central Georgia as well. Excuse me. Got a severe thunderstorm watch up here in portions of South Dakota with ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings there as well. You've got a little bit of heat advisories up here in portions of Minnesota, I forgot as well. Alright, flood watches in effect for you guys here in southern portion of Arizona, central Texas, eastern Oklahoma, northwestern areas of Arkansas, Virginia, also in the portions of Rhode Island, Connecticut, eastern Pennsylvania, all the way up to southeast New York State, western portions of New England areas as well. Got some flash flood warnings there as well. Got some flood advisory, flood warnings in North Carolina, South Carolina. Flood warning also in effect for portions of Ohio. Excuse me. And also more flood warnings in portions of central Texas. And even got some severe thunderstorm warnings and special weather statements across the board in portions of Texas, South Carolina, Mississippi, and also in the portion of Colorado and North Texas. Alright, we got small craft advisory, gale warning from northern California to Washington State. Hawaii and Chain Island looks good. Also around the Alaska region, and also got some gale warnings in effect there as well. Alright, for the west coast of Alaska. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center Outlook. This is for your Tuesday. We got a slight risk of severe weather from Duluth, Minnesota, all the way to Marquette, Michigan, from Sioux Falls City to Valentine to Norfolk to Omaha to Lincoln to McCook area. Marginal risk over here around Tulsa, then Elko to Salt Lake City, Casper, Wyoming, all the way over to Minneapolis, and then just east of Marquette. General thunderstorm from up here in portions of southern New York State to Florida to Texas to New Mexico to Iowa and also Minnesota. Montana, excuse me. Alright, tornado probability looks like this. Across portions of Nebraska into South Dakota. Then again from Minnesota into Wisconsin and northern Michigan. 2% for tornado probability. 5 and 15% across the area here. This is for damaging winds, and large hail looks like this, pretty much 5 and 15% there as well, same vicinity. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. And it's going to look something like this. Martin Rift from Cheyenne to Denver to Colby and McCook. Also to Lincoln to Des Moines, Iowa to Milwaukee, all the way to Detroit. Green Bay, you're included. La Crosse. Then we got general thunderstorm reported to Maine, to Florida, to the Carolinas, to Mississippi, to Texas, to Arizona, to Utah, all the way up to portions of Wyoming and southern areas of Montana, stretching back into portions of southeast Minnesota and northwestern areas of Wisconsin and northern Michigan around Marquette. Alright, the probability is going to look like this, 5% from Cheyenne all the way over to Detroit. Alright, here's another look at the tropics. This is from the National Hurricane Center Tropical Weather Outlook page. As you can see, it has ramped up to a 40% here. You can see there's a circulation, 40% in the northern Gulf, east of Florida, east of the Florida Peninsula in the northeastern Gulf, AL93. That's the one I showed you at the beginning of the video. Alright, an area of low pressure located offshore the east coast of Florida continues to produce disorganized shower and thunderstorm primarily south of the center. The system is forecast to move westward across the Florida Peninsula on Tuesday and Tuesday night, eventually moving into the northern Gulf by the middle part of the week. This week, environmental conditions appear generally favorable for additional development. If the system remains offshore, and a tropical depression could form as the system moves across the northeastern and northern central Gulf by the middle to latter part of the week. Regardless of development, heavy rain could produce localized flash flooding over portions of Florida and the north central Gulf Coast through the middle and latter portion of this week. Formation chance is 30% over the next 48 hours and a 40% over the next 7 days. So, alrighty, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. We'll make sure you, and also make sure you subscribe if you have not already. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Monday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.